Okay, so there we are. Welcome there, people. Thank you for watching this video. And yes, here we are analyzing the new Linux distribution in Debian, which is Debian 13. That I may say that I already used Debian 12 on my working laptop that I have, and I may say that it works really fine. It works perfectly. It has a lot of interesting features. There are so many clean environments that you can choose from. You have from XFCE, you have from KDE Plasma, you actually have the GNOME standard version that in which Debian is usually built, and there is also the LXQT desktop environment, which is fantastic. It's really lightweight, and it can run perfectly on any laptop that you have, or on any computer, either a new computer or an old computer. Those are excellent desktop environments, so as to test your laptop, and why not to try a new operating system, as it is with Linux, which I may say it has many interesting features. It has great features, and there's nothing to envy, and there's nothing to compare, according to these kind of a discussion that there is between Windows and Linux. I mean, Linux gives you all the possibilities and all the options that you really need in your life, and it's also available for gaming. So there are no excuses so as to use Linux. And well, I would like to show you a little bit of this new distribution. So let's check it out. That's what we have here, and well, here we are already. As you can see, we have two desktops here, and you have a dock bar at the bottom where all of the options and the features that you require are displayed. Really neat, really fancy. Here we have the Firefox Internet Explorer, the Evolution, which is an email client, the file manager, the software store, the text editor, which is a basic text editor, which is really clean and useful. I like to take quick notes and so on, that are always necessary. You have the calculator, and you have the help section, and here you have more apps. We will get into them in a minute. So you have a search bar right on the top, just right below the date, which today is August 26, 11:58 p.m. I remember that many years ago, by this day, August 26, I was preparing to get into high school. I remember the day. It was August 27th. So yeah, this is I didn't notice that it was that day until I started recording this video. So here you have another desktop if you plan to have different tasks open, or different windows that you plan to manage, and you plan to organize properly. So in this case, as you can see, the desktop is really clean. I mean, it's there are no icons here. There are no any distractions that you could possibly have here. So there's a single Debian logo right on the right side of your screen. There you have your calendar, your notifications, the option to make do not disturb available, and you can add work clocks in case that you want to stay in tune with the time around the world, and you can also select the weather location. Here you have your options to monitor your battery, or your power mode, or your internet connection, either if it's wire or Wi-Fi. It's gonna run fantastic. Here I have the volume, and it comes with very funny sounds. It comes with really interesting sounds, as you can see, right? In order to be able to listen to all of these notifications that you could possibly get. So we're gonna explore it a little bit. So I'm not an expert in anything like that, but I really like studying Linux and programming languages. So I'm really glad that you're here watching this video. Thank you for coming. Hit like button and subscribe button if you would like to see some other videos about my artwork or my video games. I have another channel with video games that you can find all of that information in my description down below. And well, here, this button right here, in the other Linux distributions such as Debian 12, it used to say activities. Now you have these kind of switch toggle button right here, and you can click on it, and you have your activities, which are the ones that we mentioned at the beginning, and you have the possibility to show the apps, which in this case is really beautiful. It's really interesting to see how all of these has been organized. Let me move myself a little bit down here so that you can see properly. So you have your context, you have weather, clocks, calendar, your maps, music, document scanner, settings. You have LibreOffice, videos, camera, characters, utilities, fonts. I mean, it's, for example, here you have a wide selection of all the fonts available in your system. So as you can see, you have plenty of options so as to choose any beautiful fonts that you would like to use in a design, or because now talking about design, there's a lot of people that actually feel afraid of changing to Linux when they're coming from Windows, because they are used, or even coming from Mac OS, when they say, you know what, I would like to try Linux, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to continue using my Photoshop or my Adobe suite. But it is possible to continue designing here. There is an excellent software which is called GIMP, which is a image editor software that you can use, and it is like very similar to Photoshop. I would say it's pretty alike, it's pretty alike to Photoshop actually, and it gives you a lot of possibilities. It's not the same software, but the advantage of GIMP is that it is for free, it is open source, and well, you can actually modify it too, because when you have an open source software, it means that you can work to elaborate or to modify that code so that you can add your own improvements to that software. And well, it's fantastic. I may say that's a huge possibility that Linux gives you that obviously you do not have in Windows. And well, honestly, in my personal experience, I have been feeling that, or I have the perception that Windows is becoming more and more heavyweight. I mean, just if you start adding games to it and more applications, it starts to slow down a little bit. It starts to becoming more and more slow. So it's that's not practical, and that's not functional either. So for that reason, I haven't experienced that with Linux. I have been using, as I told you at the beginning, Debian 12 in my laptop for a couple months there, and it runs perfectly. I've downloaded music, I've installed software, I've installed many extensions for the GNOME desktop, and it continues running perfectly. And I think that's because its updates are designed to keep everything clean and organized, and most importantly, lightweighted. Then we have, well, the LibreOffice. Well, it is important to mention that this desktop environment is usually called GNOME. GNOME, which is fantastic. I mean, you have, in the installation process, you have the possibility to install other desktops environments, or you can install them afterwards, so you can have the possibility to modify the appearance of your system just by clicking on it. So it's like that. It's like very simple, it's like very intuitive, So let's see what we've got here in system. We've got an advanced network configuration, the disk usage analyzer. We've got the disks, the input method, which is very practical. For example, I live in a Spanish-speaking country, so in my case, most of the keyboards are for the Spanish distribution. So when you require to change the distribution method to the English, this tool is very useful. You know, especially, for example, my laptop is an English distribution keyboard, so this option comes really handy in that aspect. So you have the locks, which are all the entries from the system, parental controls. So that means that your kids, your family are gonna be safe while using this distribution. Tweaks and the system monitor. Tweaks is very interesting because you can modify so many things from the system. Let's begin a little bit with tweaks right here. So you can modify the fonts, you know, the interface text, the document text, the monospace text, hinting, rendering, anti-aliasing, subpixel standard or known, scaling factor. There are so many different aspects that you can modify. Also, you can modify the appearance. You can modify your cursor. For example, here, personally, I love the dark cursor. You know, even in Windows, I always modify it. You know, I never liked white cursor. It's so it gives me the sensation that I can never find it. You know, so in this case, we have the icons, high color at Vita, which is at Vita, which is a default, but you can install more. Default image, genome, background. You can add some other images right here. The sound, the mouse on your touchpad, the keyboard, and the windows. How your windows behave. Maximize title bar buttons. For example, here you do not have a maximize button on your title bar, but you can activate it. Right? You can activate it right here. So as you can see, so you can maximize it, or you can minimize it. You know, so you can decrease the size. You can minimize it. So that's fantastic. However, it's not like a very big deal here because if you have many windows opened here, just by clicking the Windows key, the home key on your keyboard, you will see all the windows that you have open and the ones that you have available, so you can get rid of them quite easily. So you just click on them and you just close them, and that's it. You know, the start of applications that you can add more or to remove others, which is fantastic. So for example, here, let's say that I have file manager. Let's say that I have file manager. Let's say that I have calculator. And let's say that I have a text editor, you know. So all of these windows, despite the fact that I cannot minimize them or that I cannot maximize them, the size is enough to work. I mean, the size is quite well distributed to work here, so that you can explore so many features here. So when you click the home button, so you can see all the windows rearranged in a very neat way, so you can easily get rid of them easily. You know? So that's, you know, just like that. Then you have your clean desktop. Or if you do not want to close all of these things that you have opened, so you just simply move to another desktop. You know, you simply move to another desktop, and then you have a clean, neat environment to start working again, so that you can open a new software. And well, as we can see here, we have the Firefox Explorer, which actually it is really well developed. You know, I may say that Firefox is kicking Chrome's ass a little bit. You know, that's sorry about that. So kicking Chrome's buddy a little bit. You know, so it's this one is it's fantastic. So as you can see here, you have your privacy, you have many interesting details here in Firefox that actually give you the possibility to explore more or to add more features or extensions as you may want to. You have the actually Firefox has implemented a new feature where you can actually have your tabs all the way to the left side. You know, for example, I don't remember which one it is, but Let me see if I can find it here. More tools, remote debugger, customize toolbar. There's a feature where you can actually move your tabs to the left. Find page settings, settings. If it's not possible here, let me verify it. Firefox, moving tabs to left, yeah. How to detach or reattach. Clicking on tabs, moves them to the far right position. Is right to prevent tabs. Your tab. There was a way. I don't remember if it was here or in Google Chrome. I'm very sure that it was in Firefox. But well, Firefox, as I told you, is implementing very interesting and very handy and useful functions, right? Open tabs instead of new windows, open previous windows and tabs at the startup. I like this feature, you know, so that you can continue working on the same tabs as you were at the beginning, so that you, every time that you open up your Firefox Explorer, you're going to continue working with the same aspects and with the same tabs that you were exploring or that you were reading about. Firefox is currently your default browser, and I would like to continue being like that, you know, because it's a fantastic browser. You can change it to light or to dark. Dark is very common these days, you know, it's very popular. I think that dark themes are coming back to action, you know, a lot. I know a lot of people that actually love using dark themes, even in Windows, and you know. But it's really good. Personally, I like a little bit more clearer. You know, I like white. I like white a little bit more because I don't know, it's like more intuitive and it lets me see everything more organized. I don't know, but that's a personal preference. Of course, there are some moments during the day when I actually prefer to keep everything in dark, so to rest my eyes a little bit. So import from your previous browser. So in this case, keep this stay encrypted when you hoop between devices. This is a very useful feature too. So you can, when you're signed up, Firefox encrypts your passwords, bookmarks, and more. Plus, you can grab tabs from your other devices, scan the QR code to get Firefox for mobile, or send yourself a download link. This one is very useful, you know, when you hop between devices. So you can scan the QR codes. You can interact from your mobile to your computer. So this is very useful. Personalize your Firefox. Self-recommended add-ons. Has your back. You know, there is a very there's a very interesting add-on that I would like you to recommend you here in Firefox that you can add, which is this one. You click here in the extensions, right in the top right part of your toolbar, and here you can look up for copy tabs. So whenever you have so many tabs open, let's say that you are downloading something, or you're reading, or you're trying to investigate, or you're working, and you don't want to close all the tabs all of a sudden and then to organize them, or perhaps you have to go out really quick to work, or you have to go somewhere else and you don't have the time to like, you don't want to lose your tabs, you know, because let's admit it, you know, sometimes you're having this working rhythm, you know, this working flow where you are exploring and reading and getting more and more interesting information, but suddenly you have to go, or somebody calls you on the phone, and you have to stop, you know, so as to avoid losing your tabs that you had opened. So you can install this extension, which is copy tabs. There are many actually. The one that I use personally, it's I think it's this one. This one it's fantastic. This one it's really nice. So you can add to Firefox, or I've already tested this one. Copy all tabs. This one is really good as well. Or the first one, the first one you can copy tabs. Let's try this one. So in this case, so we added pin to toolbar. You can fixate it into toolbar, onto the toolbar. Manage your add-ons and themes through the application menu. Okay, so in this case, for example, all tabs as links. So you click on them, so you can copy. You can copy all tabs as links. You click here, so you can copy your tabs. So let's say, for example, you can paste them there. You see, and then you can save the file and and to explore them later on. So for example here, you can actually change the color of the text editor too, which is a very simple feature. I don't know why Windows never added these features to WordPad or to the Notepad, because these are essential. I mean, sometimes you want to show some text on a screen, for example, in a meeting at work, in a working meeting, or in a school meeting, or with your family, or in a video call, and you want to set everything that could be a lot more easy to read for the other person, and you want to change to a darker theme, and it's not possible, and that's frustrating. I never liked Windows because of that, so that's frustrating. I always wanted a feature like this for the WordPads, but there wasn't any option to get it. You could actually do that with Word, with Office Word, but I mean, you have to pay for it, and it's quite expensive though. So well, anyways, but here you have LibreOffice, which it's another thing that I would like to show you. But well, as you can see here, these add-ons are quite useful for Firefox, and you can also add themes and extensions. You have themes. You have plenty of extensions and themes, which is fantastic because it gives you the possibility to personalize everything as you actually want it to. So that's so well, another excellent feature here is that if you double click on your toolbar, or in your headbar, you can maximize, or you can go back to the original size. So that's the point. So for example here, or you can, for example, you can do this. You can change the tab to the other. Let me see, to the other desktop right here. Give me 1 second. Which is, it was something like this, right? So that's the point. So we cannot. Sorry, yeah, that's the way it is, right? So they have your desktops up here. So yeah, first one, second one, and third one. You have different desktops actually to work in. If you want to create more, you can do so. So just by creating more, like right here. You see, so that you can organize perfectly. You can move the tab from your first desktop to the second desktop, or even to a third desktop. And as you can see here on the top left, and now we have these points, or these bars, which is the longest bar is, or the longest frame is the desktop in which we're in now, which is one that we have on screen now. The other two dots are the other two desktops that we've got in our environments, you know. So we've got 3 here, which is fantastic. The other one was empty, so there wasn't point to keep it open, so that was closed automatically. So we return to have only 1. So that's the idea. But for example, you can open here another application, and now you have 3. You know, now you've got 3, baby. Look, right? 3 working spaces. So yeah, I was telling you about LibreOffice Writer, which works perfectly. You know, since the very first time that I got to know this software, I never used Office again. You know, because I mean this is way more practical. It gives you the same features, yeah, and I mean the icons are a lot more clearer. You know, a lot clearer. Sorry, the icons are a lot clearer, where you can actually modify different aspects of the size of the font. So you can use different styles. You can organize your paragraph according to what you want. You can have different colors to highlight your text or to write as a standard color. You can organize your paragraphs, and you can create graphics or to clone your information. I mean, there are so many excellent options here to work with. You can export the same way as you would use in the as you would do in the official Word from Microsoft Office. You can export directly to PDF, and you can share that file to somebody else. That's what I usually would do with my students as I teach them English. So that's what that feature is really useful. It's fantastic, and I love to use it all the time. So for example, here you can write your text, and it looks beautiful. You know, I mean, it looks cleaner. Honestly, it looks cleaner. I mean, the organization that Linux gives you in the items and in the icons and in the text, it's a lot better. It's a lot more organized and a lot fresher than what you would usually see in Windows. I don't know why, but Windows sometimes looks a little bit pixelated. I don't know exactly how to explain that, you know, but that's the sensation that it gives me. And here it looks smooth, you know, it looks nice, it looks fresh, and it looks clean. So, which is even better. Here you also have the possibility to customize or to change the appearance of your LibreOffice. If you don't want to have the light theme, you can change it to the dark theme, so you can see it becomes completely dark, you know. So if you want to apply the changes, so you can restart it. We don't save, and there you have it. You open it once more. There you have some tips to read, and the thing is that here there are some features that are not displayed properly in a white color, but let's see. Actually, you can modify that as well. Right here you have the automatic, you have the document background. Here you have the, let's see if we've got the icons here, or the menu bar color. Menu color, highlight, active, accent color, base color, SQL, basic string, basic editor. Load, save, general user data. Well, you have different options here, you know, document background, document boundaries. You can change the boundary, for example, here, which is gray. You can change it to another color if you want a darker, right? So you can apply it. Let me see if it's changed. Well, not really, it didn't change at all. But, well, when you restart it, you can see the change. Let me see. Let's untitled, let's check it out and save. So we're gonna open LibreOffice Writer one more time. Now let me see. I think it didn't change it. Document background. Okay, gray. Document boundaries. Oh my god. I changed the document background, which I didn't want to in the first place. So I was in the boundaries. Light gray one. Apply. Okay. Let me see. I think now it changed the backgrounds. Document background, document boundaries, application backgrounds. I think this is the one. So or if you actually want to reset it, oh, here it is. This is the one that we can change, as you can see, you know. So yeah, I mean, you can explore, you can change many things, you can always look for a solution, because that's the fun part actually, you know, that if you like programming, if you like learning a lot more about operative systems, you have a great options to do so here in Linux, because you are going to learn a lot. You are going to explore different aspects of your software and your the functions that you usually use. So as you can see, it looks really clean. So you can see it looks fantastically clean. You can highlight it, different colors or custom color. Right. So that's the point. So what else do we have? Well, we actually have the official website, which is, let me see, Debian. Let me see if I can get it in the operating system. That's good. Let's get it in English. Sorry. So in this case, in the Debian, the operating system, Debian is a complete free operating system. Debian is a community of people. So in this case, we see here is the site where you can actually download your operating system, which is very practical. You also have forums and sections where you can ask for your doubts, for your questions, and there's great people there that actually help you all the time. So it's you see, so in this case I'm starting to download the ISO file, so you can download it from there, and it's a great choice. And what else do we have here? We've got videos. We've got a video application here. If you actually want to watch a movie, just add local video. So this is a virtual machine, but let's say that you've got your videos here, you know, and in camera, so you can open a video and all that. So that's the point. And then you have this terminal, which is very useful. It's very handy. From here you can modify all the updating aspects of your software and your system. So just by simply adding some codes, you know, like this, enter, sudoers file. Sudoers files, the Krypton is not in the sudoers file. I used to get this error before, and I remember sudoers file. So let's say let me see what we have here. Let's try here with this command here. Let's say, for example, usermod ag sudo krypton. So let's check it out. Well, usermod ag sudo krypton. Give me 1 second. So I need to change my keyboard distribution, which is because my keyboard is Spanish right now. So let's add input source right here. We go to the configuration section and we are gonna get Spanish standard, and we click add. So move up. That's gonna be my main keyboard distribution. So let me check it. Okay, so now it works. So let me see what we've got here. So we have ag sudo krypton username. Not really. So apparently this error is because you are not designed as a root user by default. So you have to use sudo-, and well, we've got a password, and we've had here apt install sudo. So this is going to install the dependencies for being a root user. So this is already newest version, summary, upgrading, installing, removing, not upgrading, root vbox. Okay. So usermod -ag sudo krypton. So let's check it out. So now that'll do it. So let me see. There we go. We have a new terminal and sudo apt update. Krypton is not in the sudoers file, so I continue getting the same error. Usermod ag sudo krypton. Let me see. If I'm not mistaken, that's my username. So I just had to log out here, after adding those codes of usermod -a capital letter G sudo krypton. So according to that description, now it should be enough. So let's try it. Sudo apt update. Let's say it doesn't work. So let's try another solution. So let's try with this one. So this is gonna work, I think. So sudo su-. So there we've got our. Now there we are as designed. There we are assigned as root users. So add a user. So we add krypton, which is my username, to sudo. So we hit enter. The user krypton is already a member of sudo. Warn. Okay, replace username with the actual username you want to add. Okay. Alternatively, you can use, that's good, log out and log back in. Oh, there we are. So there we are, the updates. That's how we can update the system. So let's log out and to see how it works now. So log out, that's log out, and we log in once more. I'm still not in the sudoers file. Okay, so there we are. I just solved it just by restarting the virtual machine. Just if you have this issue, just define your username as sudo, which is sudo means like administrator of your system. So just remember, if you get your username does not belong to the sudoers file, to the file of the administrators of the system, you just have to hit su dash and add user. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. I need the password. Oh my. Sorry. Su dash. So there you've got a password, and then once that you are defined as sudo, as we can see here, you add user, and your username, Krypton in this case, Krypton and sudo. So that's the point. So it's already a member of sudo. So after that you've done that, you just restart your system and you get back into it. And finally, we open a new terminal. You're gonna be a sudo, a administrator user in your system already. So as we can see here, I can execute any command now. Sudo apt updates, hit my password, and that's it. Now it works. So that's the solution. So I didn't have the fast fetch in order to visualize the characteristics of my system. So we're gonna install that. So we've got, let me see, so we're gonna add the repository for the fast fetch. Sudo add dash apt repository ppa sheng sung 3371 slash fast fetch. There's something missing there. apt repository repository. So let me see what else. ppa colon sheng sung 71. Oh, sorry, that's the number 71. Well, in this case it wasn't possible, but we're gonna add sudo apt updates and sudo apt install fast fetch. Let's hit yes. So that's what it is. And now we add, well, if you're using any other distribution, for example Arch Linux, you use the pacman code for that, the pacman package manager. So fast fetch, and then we have our characteristics of our system, so we can see here. So Debian 13 Trixie, so which is a fantastic, it's a fantastic system right here. So it is very common that in Linux you have to be used to using the terminal, which is a very useful tool that you have there. Let me see. Okay. So, and you've got music as well. I've got music as well, and well, of course, welcome to music. You can create playlists here from your music in your folder. You can also have the store, the software store. I mean, it's not always necessary that you install from your software store, but you can also install from it's not always necessary to install from the terminal, but rather you can also install from your software store. So I really hope that you're enjoying the video. I really like doing these videos, and I thought it would be something great to share these experiences in Linux with you. So I will try to make more videos more often, exploring different software and more functions, and how to modify the aspect, the appearance of your system using genome tweak tool, or using Plank, or there are so many interesting features here. For example, now that we're talking about developing, for example, here you have a store which, well, I have to mention here that in Debian 12, this store, I don't know if it's because of my laptop, because of my computer, but the store certainly takes a couple minutes to load. I mean, to visualize all the applications that there are available for you to download or for you to install, because in this case you don't have to pay money for any extra applications. You just get them and you install them. You just get into the store and you install them. It's that simple as that. So, but for example, in my Debian 12, the store took a little while to load and to access, and well, I had to reinstall it a couple times, and it seems that it worked a little bit better. But what I can see here, the main difference that I can see from these Debian 12, Debian 13 distribution compared to the Debian 12 one is that you can access right in the spot, you know, right away. I mean, the store charges and loads all of the applications all of a sudden. I mean, this is one of my main computers right here, but so it's obviously faster, but I don't know. I think that I feel that Debian 13 it's way more optimized and it works faster. So that's props to that. You know, that's great. For example, here, what I really like it's a software to develop code and to develop software and to program, which is Guinea. I really like this one. So you can install it from here. You know, you just simply click on it. You just enter your password. And you simply wait for it to install. So here we have, I'm about to read the description. Just give me a minute. Loading app details. Okay, so that's installed already. So in this case we have a fast and lightweight IDE using GTK+. Guinea is a small and lightweight integrated development environment. It was developed to provide a small and fast IDE which has only a few dependencies from other packages. It is using only the GTK3 toolkit, and therefore you need only the GTK3 runtime libraries to run Guinea. So the basic features of Guinea are syntax highlighting, code completion, auto-completion of constructs like if, for, and while, XML and HTML call tips, folding, many support file types like C, Java, PHP, HTML, Python, Perl, Pascal, symbol list, embedded terminal emulation. So it's a really complete software, you know. So it's fantastic. As you can see, it has an excellent review right here out of almost 5 stars, you know, 4.4 stars out of 5. Use it almost every day, says Tom here, read on 6 June 2025. Okay. So in this case, we just hit open, and as you can see here, you've got Guinea. You know, this is the one. So let me move this one over here. Or we can take it to another desktop. Right here. So it looks easy. So you can have different screens. You move to this one, or you move to the store, or you move to the one where you have Guinea. You know? So you can start writing your code right here, you know, and it looks really neat. You can build, you can edit preferences, you can edit the color, the interface. Here we have the interface, if I'm not mistaken. You can change it from from the light theme to the dark theme. I don't remember exactly where, but yeah, view, search, document, project, tools, configuration files, reload configuration, color chooser. This is the syntax, you know, where you choose the colors for your text, for your code. So if I'm not mistaken, it's in preferences, notebook tabs, toolbar, interface, position. Well, there is an option, you know, to change Guinea to foreground color, background color, scroll back lines, to change Guinea's visuals. Or if or the other option is that you can go here to, let's say, to this official website, to guinea.org, and you can download a theme here, you know, so it will look dark, as you can see here. So you hit download and you go to themes. So for example here, this is a dark theme, and ABC dark, so you can download it. So this is the GitHub, you know, so you can install it through GitHub if I'm not mistaken. So free software, other general GitHub inspired text to Guinea. So in this case, this is the file of the color configuration of Guinea, so we can save the text file as we see here. Usually you do not need to download and install them manually as they are bundled with Guinea. However, if you wish to still manually install one, download the configuration file and save it to the folder color schemes in your Guinea configuration directory, usually //config/guinea-color schemes/. So in this case, for more information on the little configuration instructions, see GitHub. So you can go to GitHub here, make file, add automatic, so you can get information. You can always get helpful information here in GitHub. So in this case, for example, we can save link S right here, and we're gonna download the ABC dark file. However, here we're going to go to, let's see if it works. We're gonna close Guinea for a couple seconds. We go to File Manager, and we go to Downloads, where we have our config file for the Guinea theme, and we cut it, or we can copy it if you want to. So here we go to our root files, you know, and then we go to user, if I'm not mistaken, bin. Let me see if we've got Guinea here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's not around here. Let me see where it is. Libraries, bin local, library 64, share. If I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be in share. So here we have Guinea. Okay, so here we go to root folder. We go to user. We go to share, and then we go to the folder Guinea. We go to the folder Guinea right here. So in Guinea, we have our folder, which is named after color schemes. So we open up, and we can paste. Of course, it doesn't let us because we're not using the root folder, but here it's really simple because let me see what's the file manager that we're using. If I'm not mistaken, it could be Caja. About files, genome project. No, it's, what is this? Files, genome project. Let me see if we can open with the terminal. We can open the file manager from the terminal as administrator. Sudo files version. Let me see what's the Windows manager. Okay, so I just found it. If I'm not mistaken, the file manager is Nautilus. Nautilus is good. Although I prefer, I like it. You know, I like Nautilus, but sometimes I prefer Caja or PCManFM. You know, which is PCManFM Qt, which is really practical to use. You know, it gives you a couple more options, but Nautilus is good. So we have sudo Nautilus. Can open currently room, not even okay, so let's check it out. Oh, here it comes. Fail to attach Nautilus. Oh, give me a second. Fail to attach to X11. So here we have the Nautilus. So let's see if it'll let us to copy these. So we go again to root. We go to share. We open Nautilus from terminal so that we can have root permissions so as to modify this files as to be able to copy our file properly. We go to share and we go to Guinea, the same directory that where we went to in the first place, Guinea, and color schemes. It doesn't let us to paste it. So what are we going to do here? We must open Nautilus as root, you know, as root user. So let's check it out. Nautilus, this app cannot work correctly if run as root, not even with sudo. Consider running Nautilus admin / instead. Okay, so we have Nautilus. Some software has its own specifications. So Nautilus admin / So we're gonna open it that way. And instead, apparently it didn't work. Failed to open display. Free desktop. False Nautilus application. Failed to initialize display server connection. Unsupport or missing session type. TTY. Everyone's root, not even with sudo. So let's sudo Nautilus running. Consider running Nautilus admin. Sudo quotations? No, right? Nautilus admin. Let's try one more time. I think it doesn't work. Well, that's a problem with Nautilus, you know. Well, in this case, we're gonna install PCManFM Qt, you know, PCManFM. Let me see, PCManFM Qt. So let me see what's there. So we're gonna install it in a simple way. So we're gonna use sudo apt install PCManFM. Okay, sudo apt install PCManFM. Yes. So in this case, we're installing a new file manager, which is PCManFM, which is really practical to use, and you can run it from the terminals just by hitting PCman FM. Let's see if it's open. Cannot open display. PCman FM Qt. Let me see what we have here. I mean, it should be done. But we have it right here. This is the one. You know, this is the one. So about PCman FM. Okay. Run PCman from terminal. PCman FM. Sudo PCman FM. Let's close terminal. So let me open a new one. Sudo PCman FM. There we go. Okay. So sudo PCman FM. Now that we have opened our PCman file manager as root as an administrator, we should have the permissions to copy our file to the systems file folder from Guinea, right? So we're gonna cut it and we're gonna go to our root folder, user, we go to share and we go to Guinea. This is where all your software in Linux is installed. So we try to look for that we have Amex. That's another IDE to write code, which is really useful. Here we have it, Guinea, color schemes, and paste it. So that's now it's available, and now that should be enough. Now we close this one, we go to Guinea, we open up Guinea, and we can, let's see if we have the preferences, interface, and how can we add the appearance, apply, name, templates, scripting, let me see, where's the option to customize toolbar? No. Let me see, where's the option where we can. So actually we have it right here. We go to view and to change color scheme, and we have ABC, which that's the option, our flat theme, and as you can see, well, it is now changed to Guinea. You know, I mean, it's possible to, let me see, change font, show full screen, toggle, normal size. So now you have a cleaner look. Here you can select the font, monospace, I love that font. Preferences, interface, appearance, left, right, bottom. Well, here's the option, right? So you can change different colors. So as you can see here, Debian 13 Trixie edition gives you so many features, so many possibilities. You can download any other themes for Guinea, you know. Mainly the theme is for the text, you know, so that the text will be seen this way. Whenever you start writing a file in Python or in JavaScript or in any language that you may be using to program. What else do we have? Well, we have here is a PCman file manager. As you can see, you can compare it with the file manager from Nautilus. I mean, Nautilus looks a lot cleaner, yeah, and it's really practical. Let me see, we can modify the view. The thing is that with PCman FM, you get more information. For example, here in PCman FM, you get your free space, which are 12 gigabytes here out of 18 gigabytes. And Nautilus doesn't give you such information, such that information. So that's maybe the main difference. You have certainly more labels here to edit, file, edit, view, bookmarks, and Nautilus is a little bit more minimal, more elegant, but still it looks good. So that's the point, that's display settings. You can change the background, you can change everything related to your system. It has in the background section, you have the accent color if you want to change it, you want to change it if you want to for example here, like if you want to see, you see now it looks purple, or you can change it to reds, or you can change it to green, which is your accent color, or to this kind of turquoise beautiful color, kind of an aqua color, yellow, right? So I think blue's nice, I like blue, or I think pink or purple looks nice on Debian, as it is the or red, the color of the logo type, as we can see here. That's gray as well. You can gray may be confusing a little bit, because you may not know what's activated or what's not activated, but it still works. They have blue, and you can change your background color, so you can see. So that one looks really nice. You can change it to dark theme, so you can see. So you can open your file manager, and it's certainly a beautiful operative system here. That's why in my new laptop, I prefer to change from Windows 11 to Debian 12, and now I'm planning to upgrade my Debian 12 to Debian 13 Trixie. So as you can see different variations of the wallpaper. Either if you're using the light theme or the dark theme, so you see it changes a little bit. For example, here you have the purplish in the dark theme, but you have the orange in the light theme. So that's really fantastic. I mean, it's a very beautiful feature here. So you have a lot of customization options. You see? So it's up to you. It depends on what style fits you better, or what's the option that you're looking for, because there are so many options here to go to, and to try, and to, I think this one is beautiful. I really like that. I really like that one. So that's Debian 13 Trixie edition, so that's the video today. I hope that you liked it. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and tell me if you would like to see any other features or any other operative systems here. So thank you very much. I hope that you have a great day. I'm Dan. So I really hope that you give this a try, because it's really worth it. It's a functional operative system. It's excellent, it's fresh, it's well organized, and it's really practical. So thank you for watching. I will come back soon with more videos. Well, have a good day, a good night, or depending on the time that you're watching this video, right? So have a good day. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. I'm Dan.